Hey, let's talk about interview questions for a little bit. My experience with interviews is that they've never really been all that technical. Usually, a company will ask me just more about what my experiences have been on the platform. Like they'll just say, hey, describe some of the business problems that you've solved with Salesforce. Or they may say, how have you handled moving changes from one org to another? And just kind of talk through those experiences. I think it kind of depends which type of company you're interviewing with and what the role is for. So if you're going to be in a staffing situation and you're going to be working with a team of people, I find those interviews are typically more technical. Like they'll start asking you, maybe a person, I had one question asked me recently. It was when a salesperson leaves and what should you do to their account or something like that. And I think I had talked about how, well, I would typically like reassign the ownership of the records to the new person. But it sounded like the answer that they were looking for was more of like freezing the account. So, and it's just one example of where sometimes it can get very technical. I've actually had ones too where we've like walked through Apex code, and they would like ask like, what are the issues that you see with this code? But that doesn't happen very often. Usually the interviewer is just really asking more of what the experiences have been. And that's for staffing. When I'm helping companies out that don't have their own IT staff, I find that the questions are very high level and they're just looking for like, what type of businesses have you worked with before? Have you done work with construction companies? Have you done work with professional services companies? So they are typically bringing me on because they don't know much about Salesforce to begin with. So they're not really in a position to start asking like all these very technical questions. They just want to get a better feel for if I know what I'm doing or not. So I would say, don't get too nervous about interviewing if you're just starting out. Just always be quick to say when you don't know things, but also try to point to the things that you do know. Use each question as an opportunity to talk about the experiences that you have had, and don't just leave it as a yeah, I know that, or no, I don't know that. Always try to elaborate. So that's my take on Salesforce interview questions. It's if you've already done your cert, like if you have a certification, then I don't know what the point is of asking a person all those technical questions. It's not like you're trying to pass a cert during an interview. But like I said, most of them have not been very technical, and really was just making sure I'm not a crazy person or something. So that's it. Good luck. If you've had different experiences with interviewing, I'd love to hear about it. Maybe my situation's been unique. I don't know. All right, have fun.